We're back after a bit of a vacation. Well, not so much. Horizon's server was down yesterday evening, but that wouldn't affect the stream. Other things affected the stream, which will, if people ask about it, we'll get into it later. But it's been a time, all right. It's been a time. But I'd like to get back into, get nice and cozy and comfy and relax with some FF11. I'm gonna put my party flag up. I'm still playing White Mage. I'm up to 66,000 gil, over 3 million again. I sold some more conquest stuff. I crafted up a bunch of beetle arrowheads. Those sold for like 13k, I think. And I sold something else too. I can't remember what exactly, but oh yeah, I sold a piece of my equipment off, actually. Right. So one of the things I've done is I've finally gotten around to actually getting a half-decent White Mage equipment. Or at least appropriate, right? Not all of it's expensive, it's just appropriate. Like, I got the Traveler's Hat, so that gives me 1 mind. I got the Royal Squire's Robe, which gives me +1 int, +1 mind. Before, I was wearing the Seer's body piece, and the Seer's body piece is kind of... I mean, it's lower level, so I can use that from level 29 upwards, but it doesn't give me any... It gives MP, and it gives MP recovery, but it doesn't give any int or mind. So this is actually an improvement for both White Mage and Black Mage. I replaced my Astral Ring with a Saintly Ring because honestly I don't need MP as badly as a White Mage. Like, as a White Mage it is more about being, being MP efficient rather than having a huge MP pool. I've kind of learned that now. Like, you want your debuffs to land, and you want to be effective at healing in the most MP efficient way possible. The whole idea of just dumping Cure 2s into the tank, that sort of stops after Valkurm Dunes, honestly. Or Kufum Island at the latest. I do still have my Correct Ring, which is +1 mind. Less than the Saintly Ring, but okay, I will take a good 20 MP. I'll take that, right? I would like to get Mind Earrings, however, the equivalent of the Morian Earring for White Mage, the equivalent that gives 1 mind, it costs about it costs over 100k per earring. Like, the Morian earrings are only maybe 25-30k each. It's a huge difference. And also, there's an equivalent to this, to the Morian Tathlum for White Mage. But again, the problem is it's over 100k. Like, getting more mind is actually really expensive. So for now, I'm just leaving those. I made minor improvements where I could. Got a white cape, so equivalent to the black one, right? And I actually sold my shaman. I think it was the shaman's belt. I sold that because all that did for me was give me +1 int, right? That was all it did. It was +1 int. So I replaced it with the mercenary captain's belt. It's in the same level range. Like, it's all things I can use before level 30. This gives me the same +1 int, so I can actually use it for Black Mage as well. But on top of that, it gives me +1 mind. And a bunch of other stats too. Like, look at that. Dex, Vitality, Agility, Charisma. I can use that on several classes. Like, that's just a good change right there. Overall upgrade. But yeah, I don't have as much mind gear as I would like, but I have decent mind now. I mean, you can see, like, I have 22 mind. I think before I changed things around, I had plus 16 mind. So I got 6 more mind total. That's not bad. It's not as good as it could be, but it's not bad. Alright, so I'm only about 3k away from leveling up. Parties have been on the thin side lately. So I'm out here in Lee Talor, in a Sanctuary of Zeta. Got, White Mage Beastmaster. Gonna do a little bit of that BST soloing. But I notice, man, I could have been resting this whole time. Yeah, I noticed my MP's a little low. Let me just fix that real quick. And actually, before I do that, let me just throw my buffs on. Oh, that's Protector too. Hold up. That's false. That's wrong. That's bad. I have Protectra 3, actually. Which, I have 141 defense that shoots up to 181. Very nice. So Protector 3, 40 defense. It kind of helps to make up for the fact that, you know, I'm wearing caster gear that is more focused on my mind and MP. So it helps make up for that a little bit. Alright, so not only am I, today, not only am I just really wanting to relax with the game because it's been, it's been a few days, but also we're starting so much later today. Starting so much later. Part of that, my problem. Today's a holiday, so when waking up, right? When waking up with the alarm, the wife's like, oh no, it's a holiday, when our usual 6 a.m. alarm went off. And I was like, oh, it's a holiday. And so it's like, okay, normally on the weekends we get up more like, we get up more around like 9 o'clock in the morning, right, on the weekends. So okay, get up at that time. And it was only when the 9 o'clock alarm went off that I realized, like, wait a second. Wait a second. It's not a holiday for me. I intended to stream. So today was a bit my bad. Even when I intend, I do intend to push the stream start time an hour later every day. Even with that, I don't intend to start this late. Alright, let's get into the rhythm here, alright? I've changed my macros around a little bit since I have more gear now, right? So, let's see, this first one is, this is my party setup. This is my solo setup over here, the third bar. So I just have a simple white mage set, control set, right? Super simple. In the middle here is where I put all of the status cures and, group buffs, things that I don't have to apply constantly. So I thought that would be a good place to put my equipment switching macros. So I have, so at the end of the bar here, I have a thing to set to my mind equipment, my int equipment, and then a set for resting, which once I can wear a dark staff, that'll be the dark staff and any gear that gives plus MP recovery. I need to collect some more plus MP recovery gear, because really every point of MP is precious, you want to optimize that. Right now I don't have too much to put there, but that's how I'm gonna divide it up. And that resting set is for both, that's for both black mage and white mage. Because, it's resting, it's not combat. But now you might wonder, why would I have an int set as a white mage? Well, so in parties, I usually play as a white mage, black mage, right? So, the thing is, even with my, I had a bit of a mishmash of mind and int gear before. Even with that, my blinds were landing. My sleep spells, my binds, they were landing. My dark magics actually do land as a white mage. Everything that isn't elemental magic, it lands, right? Because, white mage has enfeebling skill. So yeah, throwing out those dark debuffs and crowd control effects, very, very valuable. So I thought, okay, well, why not? Yeah, like, why not make an int set for White Mage so that I can land those more easily? And yeah, that's my thought process, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, but for now, changing to my Charm set. So look at that. Plus 13 Charisma. That's not great, but it's it's not great, but it's good enough. Yeah. Good enough. Oh, okay. So that Goblin Trader. Ooh, he's coming. Oh yeah, he's on me. He on me. Alright. It begins. What weapon am I using? Real quick. Solid Wand. Alright. So here's one thing I want to do, right? I just realized I can do this. So if I cast Divine Seal and get very lucky because the Goblin's Leech is whacking on me. So let's see if I can get lucky with this. There we go. So Divine Seal, when you Divine Seal regen 2, the amount of health regen is just goddamn insane. Like, just insane. Now, I haste myself. I honestly feel like I might want to buy a shield and a mace, like an actual mace, like a fighting club. Because when I haste myself, I don't do bad damage, even with a wand. And look at my health here, right? Like, look at that. Like, I am regenerating faster than this leech can hurt me. Ooh, we got a bomb toss coming in. God, as long as I have this this powered up regen too, I'm just immortal. Also, I haven't actually tried to whip out a holy just yet. So yeah, I haven't really tried my luck with holy. Oh. 327 damage holy, and I can do that like, what, every 50 seconds? Awesome. Well, hot damn. I'm a black mage now. I mean, actually, that was fast. I actually hadn't tried holy out yet, but yeah, that spell executes very quickly. I'm happy with it. Okay, yeah, just crank out 327 damage that fast. Now, the catch is holy costs 100 MP, right? It's 100 MP. So it's not exactly the most mana efficient nuke, right? But considering how quickly it goes off, I can use that in combat. Like, if I'm under direct attack, I can use it. But yeah, real quick, so I feel like it's out of era, but I'm not sure. So in my job traits, I have this thing here called Divine Veil. So what it does is Divine Seal, so it directly affects Divine Seal, which I've had since level 15. So Divine Seal, so ailment removing spells, their effect area will increase from single target to small radius, and it boosts regeneration spells. So when I use Divine Seal, it'll turn like let's say that I don't know, let's say an enemy does an AoE poison or whatever. So if I use Poisona, it'll become an AoE and just cure everyone. That's awesome. I can see a lot of use for that. But what I am using it for is it boosts regeneration spells. So So when I Divine Seal and cast Regen 2, normally Regen 2 heals about, I think it's about a 12-point regeneration per 3 seconds, which is good. 12 HP every 3 seconds is pretty damn fine. But when I use Divine Seal on it, now it lasts for, well, it lasts longer. It lasts twice as long, so you get like 2 minutes of this intense regen. And also, instead of 12, it heals for like 24. 24 HP every 3 seconds that is enough healing to actually outpace a lot of monsters' damage. Like, I can tank with that. So yeah, White Mage is really kind of coming together now. And I'm not sure if that Divine Veil, I'm not sure if that's an out-of-era thing or not, but it feels like it, but I'd have to double check on it. I just know it works pretty damn good. Alright, so now that I have Holy, I'm gonna try and actually use my, use my Divine Magics, right? So work those skills up. Use Starlight to get MP back, and then, yeah, just unload on them with Banish. I may have hit a cap on these guys, I'm not sure. I feel like I might have hit my Divine Magic cap, but then again, my Enfeebling cap is still, like, that's still increasing, right? I'm still getting skill points with that, so I don't think I'm capped out. And hey there, Vin! Starting up real late today. And we've had quite a, oh man, we've had quite a 2 days. It's gotten in the way of the stream stuff. But I am so needing a nice, relaxing Final Fantasy XI stream right now. I'm needing it. Ugh. And then I need a new water boiler for our kitchen, but that's another matter. Alright, I'm pretty sure this pet's gonna, I don't know, it's gonna flip on me soon, but I think I got another rest in me. Just got my flag up, and I'm doing a little bit of White Mage soloing as I wait for potential groups to come along. Oh, I wonder what level they're usually about 50, right? Level 50. I can probably take them, right? If I take them carefully, I think. Though wait, they're light. I think these golems are, I think they're light element. I think. So my banish and all that wouldn't be terribly effective. Yeah, Q, I started late today, entirely my fault. Today is a holiday here. I said it earlier, but yeah, today is a holiday, and, you know, our usual alarm went off at 6 in the morning, and then the wife's like, oh, it's a holiday. Oh, okay, I'm I'm not even awake, right? So I'm like, okay, alarm for, like, 9 o'clock. Completely forgetting that I still wanted to stream. But also, because of things that have been going on in the last 2 days, I'm gonna push my stream's starting time an hour later in general. And I can probably go an hour later too, so time will even out, but, yeah, there's just some things around the house I need to kind of keep an eye on. Again, we had the thing no homeowner wants, which is water damage, and we just didn't even notice. So I want to make a habit of checking up on some things underneath, like, the usual, you know, places you wouldn't look normally. Just check up regularly, right? Oh, here he comes. Yeah, again, a lot of repeat, but as people come in, yeah, the boiler under the sink in the kitchen, apparently it had been acting up for quite a while. We just didn't notice it, right? Don't really know what to look for, so... But now I do. And yeah, the thing was just, like 2 days ago, like after dinner, we just heard the running water, and it's like, where's that coming from? What's that? And yeah, it was, the boiler was just leaking on, like, onto the floor, right? And mold had been growing, so apparently it had happened at least once before. But yeah, gotta keep a better eye on that sort of stuff. Gotta keep a better eye. Like, I'm still, yeah, I don't even know what to look for most of the time. But it's under control, new boilers coming, things are alright. Ooh, nice, nice. Again, I suggest adopting the same policy that I do about Gil. You know, set a goal that for just casual purchases, you do not go under certain milestones, right? Ooh. That ogre fly going down. Let me switch out here. Alright, I don't want to aggro the golem, but I need another fly. Alright, and I'll fight the leech here. I got regen 2 on. I'm good to go. I don't know if those golems aggro to magic. I didn't think about that, but I'm casting... Okay. Might want to be wary of that. A lot of construct type enemies aggro to magic, so I should be more wary of that. But I'm at least at a distance where it doesn't matter, and that's good. Yeah, oh god, those staves. Some of the elemental staffs cost so much. I'm just slowly building up to all of them. I guess I got the important ones, right? Like, I got it, you know, I got the one with elemental magic skill for my black mage. I got a dark staff, I got a light staff, so I guess I got the important ones out of the way. You know, you gotta collect them all, but good enough for the moment. Oh, we got a big bomb toss coming in. I have such a paranoia about bomb toss. Like, ever since the incident, yeah, I'm just paranoid about getting bomb tossed. I mean, you know, if you're going for, like, say, magic damage, you know, then, well, Ice Staff, right? Ice Staff is the one for that, and, well, Ice Staffs are cheap. Those are, thankfully one of the cheap staffs, but, yeah, Light and Dark, ooh, that's a big investment, just that alone. But I mean, outside of, like, the mages, right? Outside of, the mages, I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, there, other classes do get something out of the staffs, but it's just other, like, if you're a melee of any kind, I mean, you don't want to lose your TP. Like, that's the thing, is weapon switching loses TP, so, yeah, I'd say anything outside of the mage classes, I feel like using a staff would be incredibly situational. Like, maybe Ranger, right? Like, I guess Ranger and Fire Staffs, but even then, I mean, it's just it's mainly just the ranged attack bonus, right? And you can get that from dual wielding certain knives and stuff. Like, that's the thing. And for mages, yeah, like if you're a white mage, if you're a white mage, all you need is really a white, you know, the light and the dark staff. Black mage is dark staff and ice staff. With light staff, just if you're kind of, I don't know, if you're subbing white mage, I guess. And then red mage, I guess red mage is the one that would need a lot of them. Well, even then, I think you could probably, red mage could go by black mage rules, so dark staff, ice staff, and then a light staff as well for the white magic stuff. Like, those are kind of the basics for the mages. And everyone else, it'd just be really, really situational. Yeah, oh yeah, the occasional tank with a Terra staff. True, true. Wait. So you're gonna do weapon switching as a ninja, but you'd lose your TP. You wouldn't be able to skill chain and all that. But I guess you're just really committing to the wheel then, right? Like you are 110% committed to the wheel. I always forget that technically you can play a ninja like a caster. Like ninja technically could play like an MP-less caster, except you're using money instead of mana. I always forget, but yeah, that's an option. It's an option that's a little too crazy even for me, but yeah. Like even the ninja tank, right? Like a ninja tank mainly. I mean, you can get away with mainly just it's Utsusemi. That's the big thing. And yeah, like most ninjas I've partied up with, they just use that and maybe some of the ninja magic to generate aggro, but they don't play the wheel. You know, they don't go that deep. But yeah, if you were actually using it as a caster to deal damage and all that too, man, that'd be so expensive. So expensive. See, here's the thing, I have a little bit of a mixed feeling when it comes to ninja and feebles. I mean, okay, look, a ninja still they would probably be in a party with a healer of some type, either a white mage or a red mage, right? And think about the parties I've been in on stream where I was with a ninja tank and like they were casting all of the enfeebles, but like that's kind of my job, right? Like especially in a party with a good ninja tank, like I barely have to heal at all. I mean, what am I doing with my MP other than debuffing, right? And if they're gonna do that, well, they're kind of taking gameplay away from me. That's sort of the issue, right? Is the enfeebles don't stack. Like if the ninja blinds and paralyzes and all that, well, what do I do? I guess in certain situations, like maybe if you have a, I don't know, a summoner / white mage as your healer, or if for whatever reason you have kind of a healer who isn't a main healer like a red mage or white mage, I could see the debuffs being really good. But yeah, if you have someone who's debuffing, I don't know, it just sort of feels like you're taking gameplay away from them. I mean, mainly I just don't really see, I don't know, it just feels like it's a bit of redundancy, right? I guess, it's just, yeah, like, look at it from the other perspective, right? Like, as a white mage in a party, I mean, in a good party, like with ninja tanks, I'm basically just throwing out regens, I'm throwing out haste, but I rarely, if ever, have to actually heal. And I mean, I guess I can throw Banish out every now and then, but yeah, it's... like, if I'm not enfeebling, I have so little to do in a party, you know? Like, don't take this away from me! That's kind of the thing. A lot of the classes in the game, there is some redundancy, and yeah, it can kind of feel like I don't know, you're stepping on each other's toes gameplay-wise. The Gobies should go for like 410 if I remember correctly. The main advantage, Q, to Gobies is that Tavnasian Gobies, like, the fishing pool is damn near bottomless. That's the main thing. Like, when you fish up Gobies in Tavnasia, like, it is... like, the pool just never exhausts. And it's also the catch rate. Like, almost every time you throw your line out, you will catch a Goby. Almost every single time. The main thing that makes Gobies good is that they do sell good, and also that you can fish them up so quickly. Like, you can get an inventory full of Gobies in no time. No, the actual price is like it's 410. I fished a lot of Gobies. I know that the prices can be weird, like what it's listed in the wiki and whatever, but I distinctly remember selling those Gobies for 410. Or rather, they sell for 400 in Tavnasian Stronghold, but if you go anywhere else, they sell for 410. But really, the main reason that Gobies are so good is that you will catch a ton of them. Like, with crescent fish, you either have to go way out of your way, or you have to compete, right? But no, Tavnasian Gobies, there can be 4 other people on that bridge, and you will fish up Gobies every single time. So it's one of those things where it's worth getting Tavnasian access as, you know, as soon as you can if you're a fisherman. Do it for the fish! But no, I mean, yeah, if you don't have access, then crescent fish is that is the next best thing that you could be catching. But it's also just Gobies will take you higher, you know, they'll go higher. And I'm gonna be honest though, once you get Tavnasian access, like if you're only doing fishing for the money, of course, you know, sitting in Juneau and catching black souls or something, that would be better, but short of that, Tavnasian Gobies they're great. They're like, I mean, hell, if I still got skill points for it, I'd just settle in catching Gobies because they were the best one, like, in terms of time, right? Like, it's a fine fish to just stop on. But I'm not even sure what you would catch other than Gobies, exactly. Oh boy! Oh look! It's on now! It is a party now! Okay. Hold up. Let's charm that ogre fly. So I'm not sure my sleep will oh, right. I'm not a... Right. I'm not a slash black mage right now because I'm beast mastering. I think this is one of those instances where I may want to just talk to this friendly man right here and teleport out. With Gil, yes! I got a little careless. And oh yeah, Vin, I mean, look, I'm at a level where I can catch black souls. I mean, yeah, I have to use a composite rod, but I mean, the catch rate is still there, right? Like, my catch rate isn't the problem. You know, my problem is I have to give up half my black souls because they're too small. But, no, I've noticed that, yeah, like, fishing around Juneau, the black souls are just, they're frequently overfished. There are people... Like, there are dozens of people catching black souls in Juneau. Like, dozens. So yeah, it's, the pool is way overfished. I'd say, honestly, Tavnasian gobies are probably... They're probably the best, like, gill per time invested. They're probably the best, honestly. I mean, at least for just raw selling it to an NPC. Yeah, if you don't have Tavnasian Archipelago access, then... Yeah, I'm not really sure what you'd do to level up. Because gobies, you can catch gobies just fine with a Halcyon rod. Like, no problem. And there's fish after that you can catch just fine with a composite rod. Like, I can catch fish to level up still just fine with a composite. Yeah, they're large fish, so they don't stack, but, you know, when you fish out in Sea Serpent Grotto, like, Norg is literally 2 minutes away, right? If you have a decent size inventory, it's fine. And yeah, jungle catfish, that's one I've never done, but the only problem I see with jungle catfish is those are a large fish, right? Like, they're a large fish, and you have to go out into the jungle, and they're... Like, there isn't really a good place to sell your fish close to where you're fishing, right? I'd imagine that would be the main issue. Yeah, like the reason that Grimmonite works as a big fish is that Norg is like, yeah, it's 2 minutes away, right? Like, it's super easy to sell your fish and come back. It's really not that bad. But yeah, if you had to go deeper to get your fish, that I mean, you might have to just, like, if you're just skilling up, you might have to throw some fish away and just keep fishing, right? Hmm. Yeah, I guess jungle catfish, yeah, I mean, I guess you have to zone twice, I guess. I always count zoning as a bit of an inconvenience, but, yeah, I guess that's not really too much further away. I guess that's more or less equal, then, to the Grimmonite pool. Yeah, so that one can work out, too. That one can work. And also, Q, I don't know, like, where you're looking for your fish prices, but, so Grimmonites sell for about 700 and... I think it varies a bit due to fame, but, like, I think I sell mine for, like, around 759 gil each, which is still really good, but it's no 1,000. Nothing I can catch sells for that much. I do know, though, that Grimmonite sells for more than Black Souls. Like, actually, Grimmonite is worth more than Black Soul. It's just, you know, it's a big fish. But good catch rate. Grimmonite generally has a good catch rate. And when you don't catch Grimmonite, you'll catch Bastor Bream, you'll catch the Norg Shell. Oh yeah, the Norg Shell, which I don't know what it's at now, but it has gone up to 10,000 gil in the past. And it's just a common junk item thing that you'll fish up. You're guaranteed to get an extra 10k every time you go fishing up Grimmonite. I never really tried to sell my Grimmonite on the auction house because it's not consistent. The thing is, you'd have to look at the, like, I mean, when were people buying them? Because Grimmonite, as far as I know, it isn't really used for much of anything outside of guild points. And the problem with that is if the fish isn't in demand that day for guild points, then you might be sitting on that fish for a very, very long time before it sells. Ah, okay, okay. Well, then it is okay. It is worth it to sell it. Here's the problem: they're individual items, right? The problem is, okay, do you want to clutter up your like if you choose Grimmonite as your fish of choice to level up, you're gonna be catching hundreds of them. The question is, are you going to put hundreds of individual items up for only 1k on the auction house? At least for me, no. That's not really worth it. Now, a fish that is definitely worth it is the gigant squid in Kufam Island. Those sell for over 3k each on the auction house. People buy it commonly, and 3k is a little bit easier to justify than 1k. Like that's 3 times more justifiable, at least for me. That's kind of the thing you always have to look at is, you know, your auction house space is limited. And do you want to put a lot of, you know, overall low value things on the auction house, even if you're getting more than if you NPC'd it, considering the sheer volume you're going to be fishing up, like, is it worth it, right? Is it? See, for me, just for ease, right? For ease and keeping everything organized, yeah, I just vendor trash it all, and it's mainly because, okay, here's something else you have to factor in: the amount of time it physically takes to list items on the auction house. Because, you know, this game can be a little clunky, right? And the amount of time that you would waste just inputting the price and, you know, confirming twice, and the amount of time you'd waste on that alone to put up that much fish, like, it's so much quicker just to vendor trash them and then get back to fishing, you know? I don't know, that equation, it might weigh out differently for everybody. For me, that's how I weigh it. Like, is it worth it? Nope. Well, I mean, the thing is, when it comes to fish, I mean, as long as you're not using bait, which you don't have to use bait for Grimmonite, you can use the shrimp lure once you're 1 point over the bare minimum. You can just use a shrimp lure, and the line won't snap. But yeah, for most fishing, like, as long as you're using a lure, it's just profit. Like, you're not putting any money in, so so you're always making a profit fishing, almost always anyway. Oh. The cat just came in squeaking, but I was a little worried that she'd brought something in. Ooh. But no. Which also, we've had a bit of the cat drama as well. Like, yeah, at the same time as all the other stuff going on with, you know, utilities busting. Our big silver cat, he's just kind of chilling on the chair behind me. Oh, he's got like some gum inflammation. Not sure if it's an infection or not. We're kind of just seeing how that works out. Can't take him to a vet anyway today. It's holiday, but yeah, he can't eat solid food. We have to give him soft cat food, which we got that yesterday. But Again, things just kind of, they all time out like this. It always happens. And Q, yeah, my experience with gobies is that the bite rate is better, and it's also how much non-goby you fish up, and just using a lure, right? Just, you know, not live bait, but a lure. Yeah, like almost every time I threw my line out, it was a goby, almost every single time. So the catch rate was great, not much junk fish. And overall, they just feel easy to fish up too. Well, especially as your skill, you know, as your skill gets higher. But I don't know. I guess the problem with crescents is that often it's overfished, so you'll get a lot of non-crescents. That's the problem. It's really hard to judge crescents because, like, the fishing pool is so often contested. Yeah, like even souls, right? Like even the, you know, the coveted black soul, like, yeah, they, you know, sometimes they're not as great. That's kind of the thing. I think sometimes it might be, especially if you can go for fish that people actually buy on the auction house, I think sometimes it might be better to sort of go out of your way and catch something that other people aren't just mass fishing. If it's something that has any amount of demand to it, right? And I often think that's probably the way to go. I mean, like giant squid, right? Like, they sell for over 3K each. It is a little harder to catch them. I feel like you'd have better luck with a live bait. You know, probably have a better catch rate then. But, you know, like at 3K or more on the auction house for each individual one, yeah, that's probably the way to go. Or it's one way to go, right? And it doesn't seem, you know, they don't seem very contested, so... Yeah, so I think sometimes it really just depends on what the best options in the moment are, exactly. And those can change. All right, I'm pulling this goblin back. I don't want to get into another situation with this one, or attract the ire of the golem over there. And yeah, the bites that aren't giant squid at least the place I've fished, yeah, if you don't get giant squid, you get calamari or bluetail, and hey, those are both good, right? Those are all good fish. Like, those are all good fish that sell well. I think mainly it's only, like for me, giant squid is only really a bad choice because I'm trying to level up, right? I'm trying to level up, and you know, if I catch bluetail or calamari, I don't level up. So it's bad for leveling, but good for making money. I think a lot of fish are like that. Yeah, bluetail, I think you might get more if you craft it, right? Like, if you make it into bait, I think you might get more for it, but otherwise, yeah, I just vendor trash bluetail. Ooh, Moonlight, restore MP for party members in range. Ooh. Man, that might actually make it worth it to, like, to do a little bit of the combat as a white mage in a party. Oh, he's a bomb toss, and oh, he killed himself. Okay. Well. I guess I don't have a pet now, but I mean, I don't need one to finish his leech off. Ah, yeah, you could slice the blue tail and then use it to catch boatfish. I never did boatfish, but I think it's because I went in the wrong way, right? I tried to catch boatfish with lures, right, instead of live bait, and I literally just couldn't catch anything. Like, I never got a bite for any of the fish I wanted. So I think for boat fishing, you really have to use a live bait, right? And there comes the blue tail. Well, yeah, the boat. I'm not sure. Like, what is the safe level? Like, what's the level where you won't get aggro anymore on the boat? I'm not exactly sure what level that would be. I feel like if you're around 50, though, you'd probably be okay. But then again, there's some sea monsters that might cause you a problem at that level. And if you just want to kind of chill and fish and you don't want to fight at all, Okay, so the sea horror. Alright. So even as a 75, I guess you have to kind of watch out. Okay, the top of the stairs is... Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I see a lot of, I've seen a lot of people fishing at the top of the stairs. It's usually very crowded there, but, I mean, are they safe? To me, it looks like the monsters get really fucking close to the stairs. Like, it looks like they would see you, but, But yeah, I guess boat fishing is always just... I mean, I guess you always have to be at least a little bit attentive to fish on the boat. I did it, I did it at 75 just fine, and I didn't have any problems. I even killed some of the sea horrors and got some loots, right? But, yeah, I guess I still had to be attentive. How much EXP have I gotten so far? Not that much. To be fair, I'm a little slow today. I'll admit it. I'm a little slow today. Wake up late, start late. Yeah. And also just all the things going on. Like, yeah, it kind of slows me down. But I don't know. I find just slowly grinding away here as a slash beastmaster. I don't know, it's very relaxing to me. Might not be the most efficient, but it's very relaxing. Alright, let me actually apply all my buffs this time. Or apply all my debuffs. Should probably apply my buffs too, though. Yeah, get that Protect 3 on. There we go. Protect 3, haste. And let's get a little points in that divine magic. Now that I have Holy, which I assume Holy uses divine magic, like Banish, I assume. I do actually want to get that level. So yeah, just throwing out a Banish whenever I can. I think what kind of gets in the way of leveling up Divine Magic is just that you don't really have that many options for it. I have Banish, I have Banish 2, I have Banish G. Can't really use the AoE here because of all the flies around, But yeah, not that many actual options for leveling up a Divine. And they're all really slow, that's the problem. They cast slow and the recast is long, it's not great. But I do believe I'm gonna have to charm up another pet real quick. I'm gonna go for the leech again. Man, I don't even have to use Charisma Gear. I guess it's because my Beastmaster level is so high, right? I guess I'm charming as a 75 Beastmaster, so yeah, technically I don't need any Charisma Gear. Okay, I know this is for the party, but I just want to see it. I want to see it in action. Moonlight! So it's just a bigger Starlight. It's Starlight, but AoE. That's really it. I'd assume maybe it's a little weaker on the MP recovery, I would assume. Alright, yeah, I'm not being efficient with my MP. Not at all. But leveling up Divine Magic. Hey, 128 banished too. Not half bad. Alright, I see that goblin robber over there. Oh, he's a 45. He's a decent challenge. So I'll rest up and then fight him. Man, it's been slow getting a party as a white mage. I guess everything slows down after kind of level 40 because no one's leveling up sub jobs, but I miss the days of switching to white mage and getting an invite to a party, like getting a tell, before I even left my Mog house. I miss those days, but yeah, I think overall there's just less parties going on after 40, and you know, white mage does fall a bit in desirability compared to red mage, right? Yeah, it's those hours in the US too. That's always something to think about. Though there's plenty European and Asians playing at this time. I think it's mainly just kind of a, I don't know, white mage desirability falls off a bit after, you know, after around 40. People trying to get that ideal party set up. Yeah. Which I do want to. I want to at least. I kind of want to level up Bard at least as a sub job, right? Like at least as a sub job. I do feel like Slash Bard could actually, in some situations, be ideal for the way I play, for some classes. Just, you know, bring an extra bit of utility, little extra MP regen, but not something that costs me more MP, right? I still stand by, like, Summoner / Bard might be a good time. Yeah, I think I have partied up with a Summoner Bard before, and for me that, like, honestly, it seems like it'd be a really good combo, right? Like, you get, like, as a Summoner, you get extra MP regeneration, because you ballad yourself, and the other mages, too, right? But you can also just throw out some buffs, like, you can throw out a buff to the melee, something critical that they need, like, more accuracy. But the main thing is that compared to the alternatives like / white mage, it would be something that you don't, like, it doesn't cost you more MP, right? Like, it doesn't make you lose MP. Because anytime I go Summoner / white mage, even if I'm not invited as the healer, you know, it just sort of sets up the expectation that you're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be off healing, right? And that's costing you that precious MP that you could be using to keep your avatar out and punching, because it does actually do decent damage. I mean, actually, Okay, you know what? Actually, thinking about this server... No, that wouldn't stack, right? I was just thinking, like, Paladin, right? Paladin has auto-refresh too, but, the Paladin and Summoner auto-refresh, they don't stack, right? I was just thinking Paladin because, hey, that would give you a little more MP, and it would give you some White Mage healing abilities, but I don't think the auto-refreshes stack there. I feel like they don't. But I don't know. Oh, they probably do stack? Like, again, I've never seen the combo, and I don't have Paladin leveled up enough, or Summoner leveled up enough, to try that out. If it stacks, I mean, that might actually be, that might be even at times more ideal than /Bard, just because, yeah, you would still get some healing spells to throw in extra utility. Oh, okay. Yeah, because my thought there is that it would give you that extra point of MP recovery. You'd have a little more MP, because Paladin has MP, right? And you'd still have some healing spells to throw off heals if needed. There goes the pet. Let me grab up another one. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what all stacks or doesn't stack with, yeah, I'm talking job traits, but I mean also I'm pretty sure like Summoner's auto refresh does stack with well, like with refresh effects. What I know is that I used my pineapple juice as a summoner and I got 2 MP regeneration. But like pineapple juice doesn't stack with actual refresh. I know that much. But yeah, it's just certain things I'm not sure, like, yeah, when it comes to traits, I'm not sure how it works. And I've heard when it comes to traits that do the same thing, kind of like the magic attack bonus, right? Like the magic attack bonus from Red Mage and from Black Mage, I've heard that they don't stack, I've heard that they do stack, and I guess, I guess my Black Mage is getting up to a point where I could test that, but wait, can you see those parameters? Hold up. Like if I use /check param, does that say my magic attack? No, it doesn't. I don't think anything actually shows you what your magic attack is, exactly. So, yeah. That would be one I wouldn't even really know how to check that, you know? Alright, back to goblin punishing. But yeah, certain effects in the game, just because they don't have any clear indicators, it can be really hard to test it in any kind of way, right? Alright, he's summoning up his pet. This is fine. I just want to fight back here. There we go. Oh, I could put slow on too. I just haven't really thought to. Yeah, drinks have they have an icon. That's kind of the thing. It seems like it all depends on the icon, right? Like if it has a buff icon and the buff icon is the same, then they don't stack. I know that much at least. Like if they share a buff icon, they don't stack. But job traits don't do that. Like yeah, job traits don't they don't really they don't have any icon. But I will say, I am a little saddened that drinks don't stack with refresh. I'm a little saddened by that. It means if I'm in a party with someone that can refresh, well, my drinks out the window, don't need them. I can't get an extra point of regen. Parasite's going down real quick. I should have thought a little more and put blink on. Should have done that. Oh, hey! No successful charm. Let me switch out to my charm set then. Every now and then something just doesn't want to charm. It just sort of happens. So let me run this around. There we go. Just run it around till I can grab it up. And everything is back on course again. Yeah, it would, you know, like, yeah, 5 MP a tick, it would be pretty awesome. Can't deny, but, oh, hey, look, this guy, I think this guy is just doing he's just doing the pets. Again, he's applying the cheddar cheese. Alright, I'm gonna have enough MP to do a Starlight, but then, I was thinking to throw a Holy on, but, is it necessary? Not really. Yeah, not really necessary to Holy this guy. Yeah, I'd imagine on retail, though, things get a little crazy when it comes to the power creep, right? I could definitely see that's an overall problem with this game, is that just power creep over time. I don't know, for me it's like, hey look, I'd like to get more MP regen, I really would, but even, I don't know, MP on Horizon's not bad just because of the boosted recovery. I very rarely have times where I have to sit out a whole fight, right, as a mage. And if I actually invested more in getting MP recovery equipment, and equipping that when I rest, then it would be even less of a problem. But for most of my time as a black mage and white mage so far, you know, up to 50, honestly, pineapple juice alone has gotten me through everything. Like, not even melon juice, just pineapple juice. But honestly, the enhanced recovery rate on Horizon, like, honestly, it might not seem so much at first, but it goes such a long way to making mages not have to just sit around all the time. It makes them so much more viable. It makes them play so much quicker. HMP. I guess you mean the healing MP. Yeah, there's not actually that much. I did some looking for things that might give me more MP recovery, and there's, like, other than the Sears chest piece, there's a very few things, and the few things there are, they tend to be really expensive. Like, I mean real expensive. Prohibitively so. So, yeah, there's not really a lot of that to go around before, you know, get that dark staff, right? Oh yeah, the Pilgrim's Wand. Oh, forget about that. I sort of overlooked that one because my mages, you know, my mages are up to Dark Staff level, and yeah, the Dark Staff is the way to go for me. Like, can't really do much better than that one. But yeah, the Baron Slops, I need that. I need that one. Oh man, the HQ light staff. Oh, fancy. I would have thought for Summoner that like having all the staffs would be like that. I'd figure Summoner would get the most out of that. Oh, I guess if you only use Fenrir, like if you only use that one to keep out and fight, then I guess, yeah, then you only really need like a dark staff, I guess. Or go light staff with Carbuncle and the Carbuncle mitts, right? Yeah, but I mean, I guess I can see how that works if you're not, like, just keeping out, like, Shiva or Ramu. Like, if you're not just keeping them out to fight, then, yeah, I guess it can make sense, right? Man, I still need to get Fenrir and Diabolos, even though I don't really play Summoner anymore. It's kind of funny. I don't play Summoner. I don't. I took it to 37 to use as a sub job, and I do intend to use it as a sub job. But I don't, you know, I don't main Summoner anymore. But I still really want Fenrir and Diabolos. I don't know. Maybe I'll get something out of them, even as a sub job. Maybe I'll get something out of them. I don't know. Not sure. It's not the it's not the primes that I'm worried about. It's the actual Fenrir fight. Like, my understanding is that Fenrir is much harder than the other ones, and that's gonna be one I need an actual party for. And the same goes for Diabolos too. That's gonna be things that need a party. I'm being lazy on the whispers, but it's because I'm dreading the next step, which is, okay, then I'll need an actual party, right? It's also that, like, yeah, I don't even play Summoner anymore. What am I even doing, right? But I don't know, the summons are cool, alright? They look cool, I want them all. That's all I got. Though wait, doesn't is it Diabolos that has like I know that at least one of the summons don't they have an attack that is always guaranteed to hit? It's one of them, right? I know because I partied up with a bard / summoner once. They did it by accident, but they had one attack they could use that would always hit, like even as a sub job. And we actually set up skill chains for that. Oh, okay, it's Ifrit. All right, just Ifrit's Burning Strike. All right. So, okay, well, I already have Ifrit, but yeah, that's actually another little thing about going /summoner is, yeah, you could use Ifrit to just set up a guaranteed skill chain with someone else, and, you know, to set up a magic burst, right? Yeah, that's kind of the way that I wanted to do my Black Mage now that I'm over level 50. I wanted to do Black Mage slash Summoner, and yeah, I could set up my own skill chain magic burst, right? Like I don't think it would be that hard even. Like managing an avatar for just such basic things, it's not that bad. And it wouldn't cut into the MP, like, yeah, as a sub-job, the perpetuation cost wouldn't be super high. There is that belt that reduces avatar perpetuation cost by 2. If it's a sub-job, right? There is that belt. But yeah, just having it out to do a chain and then just get my magic burst off and, you know, yeah, that could work out. That could. Alright, reapplying buffs. I kinda... See, that's what I like about leveling up a ton of, you know, a ton of different classes. I love it because I can then proceed to do really off-the-wall combinations that might be actually good. I like the idea of that. Alright, just kind of resetting my buffs and all that. I mean, what, the attention to focus on, what, like, the setting up a chain with the avatar, or... I find it's pretty laid back. It's just kind of... It's one of those things that once you get the rhythm of it, you got it. Ah, okay, I see, okay. Yeah, I mean, I will admit, I wanted to just play one class. I wanted to be a one-jobber, just doing Beastmaster, but then I realized that, you know, for the things I want to do, Beastmaster's not really the best for it. Like, it's good to have. I'm making use of it right now. But, yeah, I realized that, oh, you know, I like supporting a party. White Mage would be good for that. Maybe level up Bard sometime. You know, I really, really like doing that big magic damage, so Black Mage was just a perfect fit for me. And, you know, so okay, now my attention is kind of spread between multiple classes, but I'm trying to minimize that. Like, I also want to level up Paladin, right? I want to have a tank class available, but right now it's costing so much gil to buy the spells and equip out, you know, 2 mage classes. That's really all I can focus on. And no, there's nothing, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I think everybody plays games like this very differently, and I mean, if I think about how I played, say, EverQuest back in the day, which, I mean, that's a game that leveling up alone, like, leveling up takes so much more time. I like how that dude was just waiting for it. But yeah, you know, in EverQuest, leveling is such a slow ordeal that, Ooh, hold up, we got other Gobbo. Let me pull it back here. Probably gonna aggro both of them, but that's okay. Alright, this is a better venue to fight in. Did my paralyze land? Did I paralyze? No, I interrupted it. But yeah, with EverQuest, for instance, yeah, the way I do that is I would just have several different characters, and I would, like, I just play them, you know, play my Necromancer for that day. Then the next day I'd play a Bard, and the next day I'd play my Wizard, and, you know, I'd never really get too far with any of them, but I just had fun kind of, you know, playing around. And I was kind of the same way with this game back in the day. I think I mained Bard, but then I'd also just level up everything, because they were all fun, right? Okay, I'm gonna... this is gonna hurt. This gone really hurt. Alright, got my blink on. What level's this goblin robber? He's a decent challenge. Yeah, look at this. I can't. I'm having a hard time keeping the attention on the pet. Oh, now he's gonna whip out his pet and it's gonna just go right for me, right? Yeah, the pet just immediately comes out attacking me. The funny thing is, this is entirely manageable thanks to being a / Beastmaster, right? But, like, totally manageable. Not ideal, but manageable. Oh, right, yeah, they're all gonna bomb toss. Right. I would really like to get my Divine Seal regen on. That would be just great. Because, yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of things whacking on me once my pet dies. Okay, the Divine Seal regen, I have what I need. Where's Holy at? Yeah. I think this is a good situation for Holy right here. There we go. There we go. Man, this is a little rough here, a little rough. Okay. There's no leeches around, so I'm going for another fly. Man, Divine Seal regen 2 it's real strong. Alright? Is real strong. Like, I'm getting whacked on for a ton of damage, but I am recovering so damn fast. I'll fight the leech here. Alright, I'll fight the goblin's leech. And if I can haste myself, if I can get it off. There we go. Yeah, I didn't even know. Like, I literally didn't even realize it was a thing I could do until I was playing around with my sub jobs, because I very rarely actually look at my job traits. So yeah, I looked at my job traits because I was changing sub jobs around to see what I had, and I noticed that Divine Veil, and I was like, oh, what's that? I've never seen that before. And then I realized what it does, and like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, making regen 2 last twice as long and heal for twice as much is... Like, a spell like that can turn... Yeah, that can allow me to fucking tank, right? I can be the tank with that. At least for 2 minutes, I'm the tank. Alright, hell, why not? Drop another Holy. I really like how quickly Holy goes off. Now, see, I don't get the most out of it because, you know, I haven't leveled my Divine Magic like I should, but when I do, it's gonna be a very potent offensive spell. Like, super potent. And again, the main thing is that it goes off so quickly. Like, you can get a Holy off right in the middle of combat while you're being wailed on, and it works. Yeah, I said it earlier, like, you know, Divine Magic, I mean, all you really got is Banish, Banish 2, Banish Ga, and yeah, they're all just slow-ass spells that have a super long recast. Like, relative to, you know, relative to a Black Mage's elemental spells, like, yeah, you have less to work with, and it takes so long to pop up again. So even if you are, like, even if you're in a situation where you can just shoot off your Divine Magic, it's just not really ideal. Like, look how long this takes to cast, right? and then it has a 15-second recast time. Like, even if you're doing nothing but you're, you know, cycling your banishes, it's gonna take a while. I mean, I don't know, I look at it like this, like on the enemies I'm fighting, the most, like, my divine magic skill is absolutely terrible. What's it at? Yeah, my divine is only 97. None of my skills are capped. But divine's only at 97. Just fighting solo enemies here, I mean, the most I've hit was, like, mid-300s, which ain't bad. Like, that ain't bad. The MP cost is not great, but if you're, you know, if you're actually meleeing and you can recover your MP with weapon skills, if you're drinking juice, like, MP's not... I find that often as a white mage, at least on this server, often, even in parties, I just don't have anything to do. Like, I throw regen on people, I throw haste on people that need it, and then the party just sort of runs itself. Like, I'm just sitting back doing nothing. So in instances like that, hell, why not, right? Like, throw out your banish, throw out your holies, why not? What else you doing with your MP? I don't think there's repose here. I don't think that's here. But yeah, in parties, I frequently just have nothing to do with my MP as a white mage. Because parties just kind of, like, a good party just runs itself. I throw regens and hastes out, and that's about all I have to do. If I'm partied up with a ninja, chances are they're cycling the debuff, so I don't even get to debuff, right? Yeah, you'd think, but like the last party I had was a ninja tank, and the ninja tank was paralyzing blind, like he was doing all the debuffs I can do, and mine, literally every time I went to cast a spell, it would say, that has no effect. I was wasting my MP even trying. So yeah, like, all I was doing was throwing out haste, throwing out regen, and I didn't even have to heal. And that's... multiple parties I've been in as a white mage, that's about how it goes down. To the point where I feel like, honestly, you don't even need a white mage, right? you probably don't even need a healer. So in a party like that, fuck it, why not? Spam holy. Why the hell not? Like, look, it might not be the best damage per MP ratio, but it's still, I can crank out hundreds of damage in, like, the spell takes like 1 second to cast. So it's almost instant cast for hundreds of damage. That ain't bad. It just depends on the party, but mainly I'm looking at Holy from a solo angle, right? And solo, Holy is pretty good, mainly because it shoots off like in 1 second. It has... yeah, it has like no casting time. So when I'm just out here soloing goblins and stuff, oh no, it's great. It's perfect. Good luck getting a banish off while you're taking hits, right? Good luck on that one. Again, it's all just situational. Like, I've also been in parties, particularly in the lower levels, but yeah, I've been in parties where the group needed healing constantly. Like, they needed babysitting, really. They needed a handler, okay? I've been in parties where I'm just throwing out cures non-stop. It just depends. Alright, gonna apply haste. Which, God, I love being able to haste myself. I really think it might be worth my time to invest in a proper melee mace for white mage, because I can actually do damage with that thing. I'm just using a wand right now, but just by virtue of being fast, it's good. Yay! Holy. Oh yeah, that got resisted. Yeah, that was a resist right there. Honestly, melee white mage doesn't seem that bad. Like now that I have haste, I have regen too. I have literally tanked things. Like, I can tank. So why not, right? Like, why not get a good melee weapon and just go the whole way, right? Why not? I do feel like that club, though, with all the hits, that honestly, that would be really good for a white mage, right? Like, especially with, hold up, where is it? Yeah, especially with Moonlight. I imagine if you could build up TP really fast, just moonlighting the party constantly, I honestly feel like that might be a viable tactic in some parties. Yeah, I feel like it'd work out better for like either a Galka or an Elvon. I think it'd work out a little bit better for them, but anyone could do it with the proper setup. It's just something that I hadn't really considered until now, because now I have some good buffs, like legit good buffs that if I use it all on myself, I'm actually a decent melee. And I have all these weapon skills now to regen MP, and you know, that's great. I have Holy, that's it is a fast-acting divine magic spell. Because, you know, Banish is great, but good luck firing it off when you're under attack, so it kind of feels like the more I level up White Mage, it's sort of coming together as being more melee friendly the higher I go. Which is the exact opposite of what I was expecting. I was figuring that melee would become less attractive as I leveled up, but no. Alright, rehaste. Ooh, I didn't know if there was any good, like, kind of melee effective gear that a white mage could wear. I know that white mages do get access to some of the melee stuff. I do know that, because, I mean, even something as simple as ye olde doublet, right? Like, that's something most of the melee DPS wear. Ooh. Yeah, 10 accuracy, 10 evasion. Yeah, that actually... that's good tank gear right there. Huh. So yeah, what I get out of White Mage might not be exactly what I wanted, but it's interesting to say the least. Alright, yeah, I know that I'm having to rest a lot, I'm being terribly inefficient, but now that I have Holy, I do just wanna level up my divine magic. I'm banishing constantly. Oh, do I have any, I've got a few pineapples, but not many, yeah. Okay, you know what? Use those pineapples, use those sweet rice cakes. Oh yeah, the sweet rice cake, it actually gives +5 evasion. I never really paid any attention to that, but that would help me out here. I wonder, is my evasion capped out? I would imagine it's gotta be, right? I'm a 75 Beastmaster, and I do take hits every now and then. My evasion's gotta be capped, right? Yeah, 126. Yeah, my staff. Oh man, my staff skill needs leveling. That needs some leveling. Because staff also gets some MP conversion abilities, as I'm aware. So I gotta get that going up. And also, I still say, like, okay, for the times when I, as a black mage, like when I have to do this but as a black mage, I'm still really strongly considering buying a scythe that a black mage can use. Like, the scythes that I have as a Beastmaster, a black mage can't use those. But, I mean, yeah, as a black mage, I feel like if you're doing the whole slash Beastmaster soloing thing, it's more about sustainability. And yeah, like, just melee, right? Just melee alongside the pet. The only reason I haven't bought a scythe for my black mage is that for what they are, they're kind of expensive, right? Like, they're over 50k, which isn't that bad, but consider that every spell I buy at that level, it's a minimum of 25k, like, bare minimum. I spend so much money leveling up and getting new spells that it's, Like, I don't even want to think about also having to buy melee equipment for it, too. I feel like that might aggro to magic, so I'm just gonna back up a little bit. Alright, gonna throw the debuffs and all that on. Throw that on over here. Okay. And then just jump right on in. Horrible placement. Man, everybody's out here. Everybody's around the outpost here. I wonder what level that guy is, because like, it can't be that good to kill, you know, to kill the table scraps from these goblin traders. It can't be that good unless you're way lower level than I am. Like, where is he at? 35. Wow, yeah, that is significantly low for this zone. Significantly. But I guess the goblins' pets are level 37, so that's good. I don't know. I feel a little better about myself, kind of running around as a slash Beastmaster, fighting things my own level. I feel a little better about that, and I have more options, right? That's the main thing. I have more options for what I want to kill. But I guess if it works, it works. I guess. I mean, even as a slash Beastmaster, though, at a certain point, well, there's always options, but I'm gonna have different options than when I leveled up as a Beastmaster main. As a Beastmaster main, I always have the Jug Pet. I can pull that out wherever, whenever. That gives me a lot of options in terms of what I can do, what I can solo. As a slash Beastmaster, I still have to rely on Charming, and I mean, there's just certain zones where there aren't any animals to charm. I can think of several zones where the only thing you can fight are undead or beastmen or, yeah, non-charmable things, right? Not every zone has animals, but I'd say really all that means is I have to branch out and experiment. I'm sure there's still, I'm sure there's animal options at every level range, it's just I don't know them, and I'd have to experiment. And yeah, again, I'm sure it's great EXP. It just it feels so damn cheesy. Like I'm not above cheese tactics every now and then, but I try to minimize how cheesy I get with video games, you know? Oh. New pet. Alright, and I most certainly want to regen myself. Just slip that in between hits. There we go. Hey, Paralyze! The Paralyze let me get that spell off. Oh, Bomb Toss again! It's fine. I am still so desperately nervous about... Like, I mean, apparently the formula for Bomb Toss is it's what, like a third of the goblin's health? That's my understanding. So if a goblin Bomb Tosses at full health and he's higher level than you, that's when you get that thing that happened to me, right? Getting hit for 622 damage. But if it's a lower level goblin and it's not at full health, then it should be okay. But it's kind of okay. It's kind of like, oh hey there VGFX, just in the middle of an anecdote. So my fear and paranoia of goblin bomb tosses, it's very similar to my fear and paranoia of certain foods that I've eaten when, you know, I chip my tooth, right? Like, I've eaten a nice, soft sausage, right? Shouldn't be anything to fear there, but oh, there was a little bit of bone in there, and it chipped my tooth, and now I don't eat that particular kind of sausage anymore. Or popcorn. I actually managed to chip a tooth on a piece of popcorn once. Not even the kernel, just the popcorn bit. And that chipped my tooth. And so now I don't eat popcorn anymore. And it's like, yeah, it's one of those things, right? It's like, oh, you'll probably be fine. You know, don't worry about it. But at the same time, now you can't help it. You're a little bit paranoid, right? It might be irrational, but you're paranoid about it. Same thing. That said, when it comes to the chipping your tooth on something, man, you can chip your tooth on anything. Alright, production mistakes happen. There could be hard bits in anything. Nothing is safe. Chip your tooth on Jell-O. Alright. Well, back to the goblins. Oh, my protect is gonna fall soon. I'll go ahead and refresh that. I don't think I need shell. I think I can save a little MP on shell. But definitely not skimping on that haste. Not skimping on that. I haven't paid too much attention on whether or not I'm still getting skill ups with my debuffs. I think I am? I am. Okay. Then I'll just keep debuffing every fight. Oh. Oh. Ah, okay. Oh, didn't see. Oh no. Alright. I just cleaned up the table and put it all in the middle. Alright, okay. Oh, I knew I got spawned on. I heard something, wasn't sure the direction, and now it's walking this way. Okay. Still walking this way. Okay, so regen, collect myself. I don't know what it is about goblins, but they always seem to kind of... It's like they always know where you are, and they know to just lazily wander in that direction all the time. Now maybe it's just chance, maybe it's just bad luck. I don't know. but there's always a goblin heading in my direction, always. Also, this is the second I think that is exactly where I fought him last time too, right? Like, is that not exactly the same like physical position that I fought him in last time? And I didn't notice my ogre fly is about dead. I didn't even notice. So I'm getting ready to pull up another one. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. There we go. Okay. Yay, Divine 100. That's still really not good. I need to work on that. I wonder if I... Okay. Can I one-shot this leech? 343 damage in less than, like, yeah, less than 2 seconds. Not bad, but not a one-shot. I think I'll switch targets, because it's about dead. Oh, I've never had that happen. I got frozen in animation. Oh, don't have my haste on. But kill Leech first, then, well, this fight's almost over, right? It's almost over. So, put Blink on, in case what I'm about to do shifts aggro over, but probably not. Alright, just getting the standard banishes out. And I could throw Banish Ga on there as well, but I mean, I don't know, it's let me rest up at the outpost here, and then I'll see what the conversion rate on that is. Like, okay, compared to like Banish 2, for instance. So, okay, where is it at? So Banish 2 is 57 MP. I know there's like roughly 120-ish damage when it's not resisted, roughly, with my skill. Banish Ga is 41, and I think that can do over 100 at least. I think. Again, I can't really do that a lot because there's so many mobs just wandering around, but I'm gonna play around with it. Just, I don't know, see if it's a little more MP efficient to use the Ga spell instead of Banish 2. Or use them all, I don't know, since I'm just trying to level up, right? That's the main thing I'm trying to do. And man, I've had my flag up this whole time. Nothing. Nothing. I know, it's the time. It's that time of the day, I know. But I guess the thing is that even at this time of the day, like under level 40, parties, I don't know, I guess there's just more, right? But I do feel like maybe a bulk of the population is kind of in the under 40 level bracket, because yeah, under 40, even at this hour, I'd get party invites damn near instantly as a white mage. Hell, even as a Beastmaster or Black Mage, I'd get party invites. But yeah, as a white mage now, can't get a party still. So I think it is just maybe there's just not as many people partying up post 40-ish. Bit of that. Now, see, I want to test my Banishka, but I can't do that here. I need to pull this somewhere a little more isolated. I'd assume Banishka has about the same, like, 15 range that... is it 10 or 15? It's either 10 or 15 is what most AoE spells have for range. I have way basic debuff, and okay, let's lead in with Banishka. And then just cycle normal banishes. So yeah, Banishka does around 100, around that much. I think for MP, Banishka might be more MP efficient than Banish too. It might be. Well, now I have to... yeah, but I think if my goal is to level up, I'm just gonna spam them all as quickly as I can. And they're gonna get resisted frequently, like, with such poor skill, and not the best mind gear. I can expect resist, right? That's to be expected. I get one more... It's about to die, but can I get, like... Nope, can't get anything in, it's dead. Alright, well, resting it up again. I do kind of wish that, I mean, I guess since, you know, White Mage Cure Burns and all that are a thing, I guess they do good enough damage with that, but against normal enemies, I do kind of wish White Mage was a little more DPS-y with its banishes. The thing is, their damage isn't terrible. It's more... I think it's that they're so slow, right? The spells cast so slowly. And, but even that's not bad. I feel like, okay, they could do the damage they deal right now. They could be as slow as they are right now. But I guess the one thing I'd change is maybe lightening up the MP cost a little bit. I guess that's the main issue, is that given how slow and, you know, average the damage is, the MP cost is a little high for that. Like even Banish 1, I don't know, Banish 1 can get some decent damage actually. I mean, yeah, I can do like 60 damage with that. But at 15 MP cost, I'm thinking, I don't know, relative to a Black Mage spell that costs 15 MP. I think that would be an arrow, right? It'd be like casting an arrow, and... I don't know, an arrow 1... That might do a little more, but... Like, the level 1 stone, water, arrow, none of those are really all that great. So I don't know, that one might not be an issue, but I feel like with Banish G and Banish 2, that's a little too much MP for what they do. And I know, White Mage is not a... It's not intended as a damage class. Black Mage has that covered, I know. But I kind of feel like the strength of Black Mage is more so... Oh, right, my pet's not here. Yeah, I feel like the benefit of Black Mage is more that they have so many different elements they can choose from to deal damage. For skill chains and bursts and all that. I mean, with Banish and Holy, you're limited to light magic. That's all you've got. And offhand, I don't even know any skill chains that work with light. Just offhand. I could consult some wikis, but I don't think I see too many light chains going off. So I'd say even if White Mage did more magic damage, I don't think it would step on the toes of Black Mage, just because of elemental resistances and all that. Now, the only reason I'm even thinking about that, because I know, right? Like, it's a white mage. It's the healer, right? But the only reason I'm even having that thought is because I've been in so many parties now where it felt like they didn't really need a healer. Like, it felt like I was more of a safety net in case things went completely wrong. And the gameplay in such a scenario isn't great for the white mage. You're basically just regenning and hasting and then sitting on your hands. Again, if there's a ninja in there throwing out debuffs, then you don't even get to do that. So I feel like, okay, what's the other thing I could be doing in such a scenario? Damage, right? That's the other thing I could be doing. Maybe not ideal, but just a thought. Give me more to do. That one's just hanging in. Oh, he hung in till the last hit point. Alright, just gonna grab that fly. Alright, and... what? See, this is another reason I couldn't do the whole pet fighting thing. Like, man, I can't keep them from aggroing first. I can't keep it from happening. This is also why I'm a bad puller, I think. Okay, trying my luck with a good holy here. And actually, wait, hold up. There's nothing else around here, right? Nothing else, I could try and throw out a banish gun. I feel like the issue would be more that I'm gonna get hit and interrupted, but I can try. Nice. The leech has way more health than I thought it did, though. It's much more hardy of an enemy than I thought. Okay, I might want to switch over here. Yep, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna try that again. Nice, even though I did get hit. Awesome. And yeah, I'm riding my health down into the orange. I know, I'm letting it slip. Well, hey, I can... Holy! There you go. God, I love Holy. What I really, really appreciate about Holy is that it fires off so quickly. It's a good amount of damage, it costs way too much MP, but it's a good amount of damage that fires off incredibly fast. It's basically instant, and I love that. Again, compared to, as a black mage, casting freeze or something like that, right? Hell, even just the higher normal black magic spells, they take so long to cast. So having a nice big attack that just fires off instantly is so nice. It feels good. It's refreshing. Alright, so sitting, resting, sitting far away from the pet, because I feel like I've had that ogre fly for a while now. So, in case it flips, it'll flip over there and it won't be a problem. I'm thinking what, since parties seem to be a bit of a... Parties, for me, at this time of day, seem to be a little bit of a wash. So I might, like even as a white mage, so I might need to come up with another goal of what I want to do exactly. Let me take a quick look. Let me tab out and see what I got. I mean, I have the big missions that I have to do still. I do like to craft. I'm on Sandoria mission 9-1 right now, and I'm not sure if that's one that I will need a party member for. Yeah, not sure if I'll need a party member there. I think mainly it takes place in the necropolis, and I think you need another person just to keep the door open. But the actual NM fights, I don't think that'd be too difficult for me. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I am getting to the point where both White Mage and Black Mage could start their artifact quests, right? I am at that point. That is something I might want to look into. And then also, if I want to get Fenrir, then yeah, I'm gonna have to do all the Avatar fights again, but as a Beastmaster. I guess that shouldn't be so bad, but okay. So I guess I do have options, and that's just off the top of my head what I can think of. So I do have options for things I could be doing other than, you know, White Mage soloing and waiting for a partner. I guess I'm just kind of committed to this one because I would like to level White Mage up more. I'm one level off from being able to actually equip my Light Staff, right? So I'd love to be able to equip both my Light and Dark Staff. I would love that. Which, how far away am I? I haven't really been looking at my EXP. Yeah, I'm about 1,500 off. If I were to pop my EXP ring, that would go a lot quicker. Do I want to? I usually like to save those bands for, you know, when I'm in a group and it's a good group and things are really flying by. I like to save them for that. But I think I still have, what, 4 charges left? Yeah, I'm at 4 out of 5 charges, so got a lot more use in it still. And the week is chugging along. But I feel like it'd be a bad use here. Wouldn't be the best time or place to use it. Also throwing on a nice paralyze. I don't debuff nearly as much as I should. Like when I'm just soloing, right? Like debuffs aren't just a party thing. Yeah, there you go. They lose time no matter what, whether you're in a party or solo. Also, here's a bit of a thought, because I noticed this in the, like, it was in patch notes a while ago. There it goes. What I noticed is they did a little change to TP on enemies, that enemies get TP when spells are cast on them. Again, this was like maybe a couple patch notes ago. But it got me to thinking. So the more spells you cast on them, okay, they can react more. But casting spells doesn't get you TP, and I had a thought, which is, well, what if it did, right? I mean, I don't think that would be too overpowered or anything, since casting spells costs MP, right? But if you think about it, I mean, I don't know, that might be a way, in certain circumstances, that might be a way for mages to get enough TP to do something like, you know, moonlight the party, or starlight yourself, or whatever, right? It might make being a mage a little more fun. I feel like it wouldn't upset balance too much as long as the TP gain wasn't crazy. And post 51, a mage is going to be swapping staffs a lot anyway, so you still probably wouldn't get a lot of use out of it. But it would make, in certain situations, it would make being a mage a lot, yeah, it'd give you more options, make it more fun. And hey, if the enemies are getting TP from having spells cast at them, I don't know, I feel like that should work both ways. Oh, didn't even see that. Goblin Trader's right over there. I completely did not even see. Might want to pull that back. Also get blink on myself. That, like, my health isn't low. My health is fine. I don't need regen, but just a little something so that if I start taking damage, I can still cast spells. Also, man, got very quiet in here today. Which, look, I know I started way too late today. Started much too late. My bad on that one, but when I'm just kind of having a nice light grind, it's, I would say more so than when I'm doing an intense combat thing, or I'm doing like questing or whatever. That's when you really need, that's when you need people to talk to. And as much as I enjoy a nice casual grind, it can get lonely in the goblin mines. Alright, hold up, let me... Change gear. Charm. Change gear back. There we go. Just fishing and listening, also good. I need to get back to fishing. I haven't actually gone fishing in the game in a while. Again, it's because I've been putting so much into leveling Black Mage and then White Mage, and I've just been having a lot of fun with that. And then I need money because the spells are expensive, but yeah. I need to devote more time to fishing in this game. Because I do enjoy it. And I can still level up on Grimmonite, and that's a good catch. I mean, that's kind of the same way I approach fishing. I don't think fishing is bad or unfun. It's just if I was only fishing, I probably wouldn't enjoy it very much. But I don't know. If you think about think about real life fishing, right? Which it's been a long time, but I used to do a little bit of it way back when I was a kid. And in real fishing, you don't just, like, unless you're like 80 years old and you fall asleep while your line is out, you're not just sitting there just focusing on the fishing. You usually have something else going on. Like, you have other people there with you and you're just talking, right? Like, you're talking to each other. That's the guy time, right? You're talking while you're fishing. Or, you know, you'll have a radio, be listening to something while you're fishing. Like, you have a magazine, right? A book. You're usually doing something while you're fishing in real life, and I guess as an extension of that, it's the same in a game here. Like, yeah, you're not just fishing. So when I'm, when I'm not streaming, for instance, right? When I'm not streaming and I'm fishing, Yeah, I'll usually have something I'm listening to. A good long-form video essay or podcast or something, right? Whatever. Hell, I'll literally listen to the local radio even. But I always have something else going on. It's a rare time that I'm just kind of, you know, just fishing and doing absolutely nothing else. It's a rare occurrence. Ooh, he's bomb tossing. But I got my powered up regen 2. I got that in there. So with that on, I don't need anything else. I'm good to go. That other goblin over there, just be mindful. I don't think there's no more mobs around here, right? Yeah, so I should be able... Oh, MP Drain Kiss. Okay, only 10 points. Alright, but I should be able to throw out a Banish Kick here. There's nothing around that would get pulled into that, I don't think. I really hope not. There we go. The old no-bite patch. Which, I guess, if you're getting a lot of no-bites, then that means the pool is getting depleted. If you're still on Crescents, I'd imagine there's someone else lurking around, gobbling up all the fish. But yeah, I don't, like, so when I'm fishing and I get no bites for a while, I mean, usually the thing to do then is to just cool it for a little bit, you know, like, just wait, right? Wait a bit and then try again. But while I'm in that wait a bit phase, yeah, that's when I'm watching something, listening to something. I have something else going on that'll get my attention and keep me alive, right? Keep me from just falling asleep at the rod. I mean, if I'm being honest, especially when I'm in those really good parties that don't need a healer too much, when I'm playing White Mage, man, it's kind of the same way, honestly. Like, as a White Mage, I need either some intense music going on, or something in the background that's keeping my attention, because otherwise I am falling asleep at the wheel, because a White Mage in a good party doesn't have a whole lot to do. So it's kind of the same principle with that. Alright, this pet's going down in a sec, so I gotta be ready to grab one of these flies. Also, maybe get Protect on again. Yeah, maybe get that Protector 3 on. Alright, yeah. Pet dead. New pet acquired. I had a little difficulty there because the tab targeting was targeting like all this, like you see that goblin in the background and his leech, it was targeting all of that, everything in the background before getting to the fly that was right in front of my face. And I still think the tab targeting in this is fine, it's just... Yeah, it has its moments where it wants to target everything except what's directly in front of you. Ooh, Divine Magic 104. Again, it's slowly getting there. It is very, very slowly getting caught up. I honestly think as I level White Mage more, I honestly, if the parties I've been having, if they're any indicator, I honestly think I might have more and more opportunity to just melee, cast, you know, cast Banish or Holy or whatever. I might have more opportunity going forward because, yeah, I've been in multiple parties now that really I'm a safety net. I'm not doing a whole lot, and I feel like I want to do more, but it's like, well, I can't cast debuffs because the ninjas are doing that. I don't need to heal because they just don't take damage, and my regen, like, man, regen 2 is amazing. Like, all I gotta do is slap regen 2 on, they're good to go. Haste, I do have to keep the party hasted, but haste, you know, it doesn't last that long, but it's not a super short timer. Like, I got time, you know, I got time. So I often just find myself just kinda standing there, waiting for something to happen, but it doesn't. And the thing is, I could even rest less if I got in there and meleeed with my club, so I could, you know, so I could get MP back, so I could Starlight. So I don't know, I kind of feel like going forward I might, yeah, it might pay off to level up your Divine Magic and actually contribute to damage in a meaningful way with it. Because the damage ain't bad. Like, Banish damage is not horrible, it's just slow. But if you're not doing much of anything else anyway, why not? Oh, he's gonna aggro me anyway, right? Oh, no, surprising. Either way, I want to pull him out of there, because, other goblin. Oh, man, look at that, I think he led into the fight with a triple hit. I think. Which, oh hey, right, Goblin Robber, he's a thief, which means at this point, yeah, look at that, he did it again, triple attack. That thief triple attack, Wait, I wonder. Now on this server, thieves get triple attack at 30. But normally, I think it's much higher, right? So I'm wondering if this enemy would always... Well, then again, they're level 46. I think, isn't it like 45 or something they'd get... I'm not sure. But maybe it would still have it anyway. Just a bit of a thought of like, well, wait, did the monsters get new abilities too? But I think they would have triple attack anyway. I think. Alright, so I'd like to throw out a Banishka. Pretty sure the Goo Goo Parasite would not like that, so... Oh, but hey, new pet time. Grab that Parasite. But you see it kind of happened again when I was trying to tab target the Parasite. It targeted that Ogre Fly in the distance first. Again, the targeting is usually okay, but sometimes it just fails me. And that's where I kind of like using a keyboard and mouse for this game. I know a lot of people stand by the controller setup, and that's fine. But it's times like that where the targeting just fails that I like having my little mouse cursor that I can just, you know, I can take my chances clicking on the enemy and directly target it. The same goes for in like a big party thing sometimes. Sometimes it's better to be able to just manually click the person I need to heal or whatever. Sometimes that works out better. but again, it's not. Yeah, it's not that the tab targeting it's not that the way the game targets is bad. It's just there's a nuance to it, I guess. There's a trick to it, and I'm not always sure what that trick is exactly. That's an interesting pathfinding choice. Why the game does anything it does, I don't know. So this Goblin Trader, he's under 45, that's good. Still managed to resist my Paralyze. Try that one again. So I'm gonna be under attack by the Gubu Parasite very soon. Very, very soon. But I don't know, I'd say I don't even need regen yet. I'm gonna need it, but not yet. Also, wife having a phone call in the moment. Hope it doesn't come through too much, but again, we got things. Got things we have to tend to. Also, it's about 2. We're getting up close to 2, and that's the lunchtime, which is still gonna be the lunchtime. That's the one thing I was hoping it would not do. That was the thing. Yeah, so that's the... I kind of forgot that the Goblin Leeches can do that, but yeah, they have the Acid Mist attack. That's the one that really debuffs your damage. Like, I mean, really severely impairs your damage. That's actually, other than for the longest time I didn't want to get the Carbuncle Ruby, because, then I'd have to start all that. It was another reason I didn't fight Leech-type enemies for a very long time. And that was because they have that one single thing they can do. But, no reason to avoid them now, I guess. Alright, let's see, what's the...
We will have a semi-surprise visit from my brother and his fiancée at some point today.
Ooh.
If that is still during the stream, please call me up when that happens. My sister-in-law would like to borrow my flute since I'm not using it, and they're also picking up the work stuff and bringing it over to my parents.
I didn't even know we had a flute. There's been a flute sitting around here? I never knew about it. Oh, it's in a fancy kit and everything.
Mm-hmm. At some point I would like to learn playing it again, but...
Oh, what? Oh, that's like one of those fancy brass flute...
That is silver.
Ooh, nice.
That is real silver.
Okay. I only had a recorder as a kid. A plastic recorder.
We had wooden recorders.
They were plastic so they could wash the mouthpieces in bleach. Yeah. But,
So not every kid got their own recorder, it was just one
just a bucket, and you wash it in bleach. Very healthy for the children's.
And also a very good way to get kids interested in music. Not.
The recorder's kind of a... I don't know. A very basic thing.
Yes, but if you give a kid a recorder,
Yeah.
and you say, this is yours now,
Yeah.
You're learning to play it in class, but this is yours now.
Yeah.
That gives a sense of ownership. That gives a sense of, oh, this is cool. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Not that I ever wanted to do it in class. My brother and I pretended.
I mean, look, I used to play violin. I was half decent at that and had my own one, but I didn't take care of it after school, and yeah. But recorder, that didn't get me interested in music, not at all. Because it felt kind of like gym class or something, using the equipment in gym, but you're using the recorders, right? Like
yeah, and now imagine instead it was, parents, please get your kids a basic recorder for class.
You could, but like...
That's what it was with us.
Yeah, it was you could, but then they had the ones there, and most, you know, like, I wasn't that interested, so we just used the ones that were there, right? You know, with the bleach-washed mouthpieces. But yeah, man, at some point, I don't know if we can get like an old used violin or something.
We absolutely can. A used one shouldn't be too expensive, and if you're gonna practice the violin,
honestly,
I might practice the flute again.
Yeah, I did enjoy. Okay, the reason that I really like playing violin is everyone knows the song from the beginning of Chrono Cross, right? It's like digitized, but it's violin heavy, and I could play that part, right? That was the reason I liked it. Okay, I could play the Chrono Cross theme. I'd love to do that again though. So and the violin I had back in the day, it was a used violin. It wasn't too expensive. I think if you can get a used one, it's okay. But yeah, the violin, or the fiddle, as we'd say, which I'm very sure those are the same instrument. I don't believe the fiddle and the violin are two separate things. Though some people use that like they are separate.
I'd have to look it up. They might be in the same class of instruments, but not the exact same.
I always just
like, you know that there's multiple instruments that use a bow being pulled across sides.
Like the cello.
Exactly.
But, I mean,
like the fiddle might be either a smaller or a larger violin.
Maybe. I don't know if there's I just figured it's, you know, that's the correct way to say violin, you know?
But I think VGFX is there a way to say that isn't such a...
Well, VGFX, like...
That's a tongue twister.
Well, no, like a VGFX card. Video graphics card, right? Like...
Yeah, but I wouldn't say VGFX just in normal speaking. And again, English isn't my native language, and stuff like that.
If you're talking computer parts, you might, but yeah.
But how often do I do that? Also, I'm pretty sure I would just call it a graphics card.
Yeah.
Or a GPU.
Yeah. We used to say VGFX card back in my day.
Yeah, now we say GPU, which is way easier to say than VGFX. Nothing against your username.
Yeah, just call him graphics card, alright?
Alright, graphics card.
Better be a voodoo at least, though. Also, the cat is, he's getting hungry. So when I finish this goblin off and I can take a sec, I'll feed him. Feed him his soft, jelly, liquidy food. Since he's still... Well, I haven't looked at his teeth yet, but I assume...
Give it a few days.
I assume he's still got issues. But we don't think it's something he needs to go to the vet for just yet.
Like, he's still eating, he's still cuddling, he's still behaving like a normal cat.
Yeah.
You don't want to wait till they're just laying in the corner and playing dead, but you really don't want to stress out a cat over something that isn't affecting them notably in their day-to-day life, especially when they get as stressed over that as Silver does.
Yeah, putting him in the box to go to the vet is a whole ordeal in and of itself. Not a pleasant one. Okay, this thing's almost done. Finish it off. Oh, no, okay, there we go. Alright, so now let me just get to safety where I won't have to worry about it, and cat feeding time. But oh man. And oh yeah, also I guess for both you all and the wife, well, I was planning on, like usual, stopping on the hour, because that's usually kind of a lunchtime too. Even though we did get a very late start, but I don't know, it's a holiday, I guess. But I'll try to be, you know, I changed the schedule, so every day we're gonna start an hour later than we were. But otherwise, it won't be as bad as today next time. Without warning, it shouldn't be so bad again. As long as nothing else in the house breaks or explodes. Oh, one sec. Quick pause. Okay. Okay. A quick moment of consultation. So, okay, we might be on the 2-hour late starting thing for about a week. But also, there's just kind of, man, so much utility-wise stuff kind of just broke all at once around here. Man, we got to get all that sorted out. Like, it's not just the water boiler. There's a couple of utility things that kind of just all went a little weird all at the same time. There's lots of just household and also outside the house too stuff that just kind of cropped up. So for like maybe a week or so, we might have a late start. Although on other days that isn't today because it's a holiday, and you know the wife is just home here, we can maybe push the stream an hour or so more longer in the afternoon. But today is a bit of a weird. I'd say today specifically is a bit of a weird one, with a very late start and an early end. But yeah, no, like man, light bulbs like we're still a little worried that there might be an issue with the wiring in the house, like specifically upstairs. Sometimes there's power flickers when there is no power flicker in the rest of the house. So it's like, oh, that might be like a faulty wiring thing, or just wirings, you know, it's old, right? It's getting old. But a lot of issues are just sort of cropping up all at once. So yeah, we kind of have to take time to get that sorted. But oh man, I was gonna feed. I should still feed the cat because he calmed down. He's not begging at me, but he is kind of patiently sitting and waiting to be fed. I'm gonna do that real quick. We're not gonna go on much longer, so a very quick pause here, but we're not gonna go on too much longer still. Again, sorry, today is a bit of a weird one. Schedules changing. Oh yeah, the daylight savings thing, that doesn't... Being a little off sync with that doesn't help either. So I have to apologize. It's gonna be a little rocky for a week or so. But we should be back on target eventually. Just a apology in advance. But anyway, yeah, before he starts begging at me again, let me feed the cat real quick. Give me a minute here. So a quick BRB. Alright, I'm back. Cat can be a little bit of a hassle, but also had to go to the bathroom. Alright. We back. And hey, that ogre fly is still under my control. Probably not for long. But yeah, I guess especially since apparently we're, you know, gonna have company soon. I guess not going too much longer is for the best today. Again, bit of a weird one today. I always feel really bad when, you know, the life stuff comes up and unexpectedly, sometimes frequently, things interrupt the regular schedule, like without warning. If I can give out warning, I don't feel so bad. I still feel bad about missing time, but if there's proper warning, I'm more cool with that. It's just sometimes it's just unexpected, frequently unexpected. But I try my best I can. See, that's kind of, I feel like that's the thing, right? Like, I'm in my 30s, oh man, gotta maintain a house, the wife, the cats, oh, personal health and well-being, because I'm over 30, like, oh man, so much that can come up. What I wouldn't do just to be the 20-something goblin living alone, right? That could just perma-stream, but it's not so good for your health. Not so good for you as human being. But I kind of miss it sometimes, right? Might not be the best thing for you as a person, but yeah. Can I... There's only about 10 minutes until we hit lunchtime here, but I'm so close, right? I'm so close. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Oh, the company has arrived, so a quick pause.